When I brainstorm projects, I like to use the metaphor of growing a seed, an idea that can grow to manifest in many ways. And by better understanding the idea itself, it's more likely that the project will come to fruition. So for this example, my project is going to be a miracle morning. And a miracle morning is the phrase I use to represent the idea of having a morning go the way that I want it to. I wake up and I spend a chunk of time, maybe 2 or 3 hours, getting a rock-solid routine that will be the foundation for my day. So when I think of Miracle Morning, when I'm brainstorming the seed of Miracle Morning, the first thing that comes to mind is writing. I wish that I wrote more, and I would love to have a routine that involved writing down my ideas and sharing them somehow, either through my website or through social media. But if I had a writing routine every day, it would really lay the foundation for the rest of the day. The next thing that comes to mind is the idea of entropy. Entropy is the phrase that I use for things that will spiral out of control if I don't maintain them. So the first thing that comes to mind is maintaining my body and maintaining the space that I live in. So this means stuff like food or movement or sleep or keeping my space clean. So if the actions are the branches of the miracle morning, if the actions are the things that I could do to make it happen, what are the underlying motivations? So why do I want to do this project at all? The first thing that comes to mind is I want to be in control. I want to have agency in my life. I want to control my morning. I don't want my morning to control me. I want to have small victories that I can be aware of and that I can record, and that I can see my progress in being more aware of my morning routine actions. I want to structure it as a routine. There are many ways to do a project. This project is focused around having rituals and doing the same thing every day. I want to feel good. I want physical and mental well-being. I want more energy. And I can already see that there are patterns being formed in my reasons. There are motivations grouped around well-being and health, and there's motivations grouped around having agency and being in control and being aware of what I'm doing. And if I connect the roots to the branches, I can see right away that even though writing is very important to me and it's very cool, if I'm being honest with myself, the things that are most important to me have more to do with the branches that have to do with my concept of entropy, which is just maintaining the core fundamentals of my day. So I can use this to restructure my plan and go to phase 2. If the initial seed was step 1, then step 2 is isolating the branches that I want to focus on. So I'll start again, but this time the seed will be entropy management. And I already have some things in mind for what I want my key motivations to be, such as health, energy, or control. And I have some ideas for the key branches, which is food, sleep, movement, and space. But now that I've isolated entropy management as the key branch of my project, I can zoom in and kind of figure out a little bit more about what each of these ideas means. So for example, with food, one thing that I know is that I struggle with eating breakfast. Sometimes I will put off eating until I'm starving, and then I eat something that's out of my control. If I have eating a healthy breakfast and even preparing my meals that come later in the day, I can choose what I eat instead of having my hunger dictate what I eat. With sleep, there's not much I can do in the morning, but one thing I can do is be aware of if my phone is by my bedside table. I don't want that. Ideally, I would have my phone out of reach so that I wake up and I get out of bed and start my day. With movement, the first things that come to mind are things that I'm already doing. I already have a habit of doing yoga and walking. My problem is that it's inconsistent and it kind of just happens when I feel like it. If I could be more aware of the habit and bring it into my miracle morning, that would make it much more likely that I would actually feel better about my body and feel in charge of my health. Same thing with my space. Right now, I already have pretty good habits of sweeping and doing the dishes in the morning. But if I'm just a little more aware of it, I can bring it into the project as part of the routine If I want to have my 2-hour block or 3-hour block, I can be more aware of every part that's in it.